yesterday there was homework. Yes. Okay, so if you can tell me how many of you have, again, I'm ready for the shock. And how many of you have done homework? Good, it's lesser than yesterday. This is normal. If all students are studious throughout, then it's difficult. Correct. Okay. These are मुझे ऐसा लगा कुछ something is कुछ तो गड़बड़ से नहीं आ जाता है फिर. In some ways, so I remember I used to ask my CA students how many of you have done homework. First student, those who have done it just confidently raise their hand. Others who have not done it, those to see that how many people have done it, and then say, I'm not sure whether I will look at them or not. Then I say, Pakka, shall I check? Still no one is to say anything. And I say that if you have not done the homework, and if I am able to find out that you have not done the homework, then you have to give a big dairy milk slip to each and every person in the class. That will be a punishment. And then people say, I have not done the homework. Okay. So it's good that everyone पहले बता रहा है. Right. But I think yesterday's homework was super important for a simple reason. Because we've done a lot of candles yesterday. We did a lot of chart patterns yesterday as well. Basically, indicators is what we were focusing on yesterday. We talked about moving averages, we talked about MECD, we talked about RSI, we talked about Bollinger Band, we talked about ADX, DMI. So many indicators we talked about yesterday. And maybe while you're sitting in the class, you may get a feeling that okay, maybe I'm understanding, maybe you know where you're going wrong or where some specific part is difficult. But if you want to digest that, that is only done with the homework. You get more confidence with homework. That is the reason why I always request students to do it. But you know, good. So if I were to quickly ask to give you all examples. Who wants to give the example first? Okay. The very first example is for DV's lab. Which indicator I will check? Both MECD as well as RSI. So first I'll just remove this if need be. So I'll just keep on the indicators MECD and RSI. Okay. Fair enough. And any specific date that you have checked? To 2021. Okay. Somewhere June, July. Maybe here. So if you see here, I'll just. If you remember, I've already told you that there are so many ticks. You need not have all the ticks, right? If need be, what you can do is just remove one, upper one, all these things can be removed. If you want, and if you want the upper and lower. Because yesterday, if you remember, we had done 60 and 40. What was 60 for? 60 was for what? So it is like, now it is like coming in strength, right? So I want to identify stocks which are cutting 60 from below. So that is the reason why for RSI upper band, I've taken 60. And for RSI lower band, I've done 40. Because below 40 is like it's losing its strength. Correct? Going weak. Also change the color a little bit. This light. So that should be to hash mark. Not bad. Okay. So one more time, I went to the settings wheel, and for RSI, what did I do? I just kept the check for RSI, RSI upper band, RSI lower band. And RSI upper band at 60, RSI lower band at 40, and I say okay. Right. Now, what do you see here? I want an answer from everyone. Okay, we're going to do only 3 homeworks, but we'll do it in good detail. Can you see here? RSI has just crossed 60. Is it getting strength? Is it getting momentum? Yes. Let's see what is the scenario with MECD. What can you see for MECD? Is there a crossover already, or it is about to cross over? About to cross over. Should it be on my radar? Yes. Should be on my watch list for sure. Okay. Now let us also check how the price is behaving. There is a small U kind of a thing, right? So it was here. It came down. It's retracing, and it is coming back to here. Almost a small U kind of a thing, right? So possibility number 1 here, it can hit a resistance and come back again. What could be possibility number 2? Breaks out. And I want quick answers. Will it break out to the moon? Possible, maybe one possibility. Possibility number 2, break out, retest, go up. Possibility number 3, break out, retest, up. Break out, retest, sideways. Okay. So let's see what has happened here. I need not even check what happened from here. So basically, here itself, so I should see on this candle. Right now, this candle that is 30th of June. Let's see if MECD crossover happened or not. Yes, this is 30th June. MECD crossover also done. And from here, it has just moved up and up and up. I can't even see it. I think that's the end of the story. You could have booked it and gotten out. That's it. Entry kashi karachi. Okay, so in this case, what are the 2 confirmations for entry? Tell me. One is MECD crossover. Second is RSI has gone above 60. Plus, if you see, we had also discussed some price action here. What was the price action? We were able to see that small U. This is where we were, right? Somewhere around June. Yes. So that here, the stock had gone up, had retraced, and it had covered up almost 100%. Now this can I see is like a breakout candle. Yes. Kind of a breakout. It has at least broken the. It has completed with U and gone up. And plus, then if I just zoom in a little bit, you can see something like 3 white shoulders, not very powerful, though, but you can see that the momentum is being built up. So multiple confirmations. Yes. Are you getting my point? Yes. Second homework. It's a live example, and you can see MECD crossover and RSI. Live example. What are you saying? Tell me. Huh? SILGO Silgo. अरे भाई एक मिनट आया एकदम अचानक पटल के ऊपर इंसान गिर गया ओके हां सिल्वर रिटेल ओके डीली हो जाए बकवास मत कर अपन को ट्राई व्हाट कैन यू से अगेन कैन यू से सिमिलर यू काइंड ऑफ फॉर्मेशन यस बट am I going to enter at this point immediately not really because I will complete that you then go about that convincingly with volumes then we'll be more happy now here if I just do a double click here you can see RSI is above 60 here if you see MECD just cross over very nice and how are you able to find out the silver retail
क्या रे मेरे को आ गया
he doesn't want to disclose his trade secret Google पे आ गया any filter news और Google MECD crossover very nice economic times website he didn't want to promote economic times website that's why I said I just Googled out थोड़ा देखो credit economic times को ठीक है Alpha Vision ALPHA ALFA, only on BSE. Alpha Vision. But see, I don't like these stocks. Why? Take to flat and this is it's like more of non-stop upper circuits and flat lines come back to back. Avoid it. Can I mean chances of failing are also very high in such stocks. Okay, so let's avoid this Alpha Vision third one. Sun Infra on BSE. Again see here. What can you see? Crossover. MACD crossover. Alpha almost about to cross 60. Yes or no? Yes. And with this, here can we see something like a big resistance being built up actually? A lot of. And now I'll tell you one more nice point. Here, maybe to newbies, it's difficult to actually see where is the resistance. Is it a little bit more clutter? Yes. And if you remember, I told you that if I were to visualize certain candles in a much easier way, then what can be a simple point? Instead of, okay, possibility number one is line chart. Possibility number two, instead of a candle, if you remember, we had a Fibonacci candle. So here I can, this is much more compact if you see. And here I can easily check, okay, this is somewhere around the resistance level, voltage. Correct? So this can help me visualize the support and resistance level easier comparatively. Only for that purpose you can use it. Okay, so we'll go back to normal candles. Fantastic. Pivot for this I apply. Okay, so you need to know how to apply, I don't know how to do indicators then. Pivot. Okay, standard. And if I want best of both worlds, very good settings. Sign, inputs. And okay. Very good. Right, so let's see what happened here. It was around this pivot point till one trading session ago. And it has directly crossed R1, zap karke. And see, it took a resistance at R2 only. It has come back from there. So here, but if you can see, one more point, volume can you see here? And I say volume is way too high as compared to last 4 5. So that is also a good sign. Right? But please understand, if you are doing trading, this is typically known as a swing trade. Why swing trade? I come in 3 4 5 days, 7 days, I get out. That's a swing trade. Okay, this is momentum we are talking about. Why momentum? RSI is above 60. Momentum is what speed? So this will come and go with speed. If this fails, you have to have a stop process right. Because if these stocks, Summit Infra, I've never heard about it to be honest. If these stocks get stuck up in your portfolio, you know who you become. Investors in this stock. You don't want to be that. Acha, one different scenario. If you have taken a trade on, let us say something like Asian Paints, or Larsen & Toubro, or HDFC Bank, basically 50-50 stocks. And assume that you have done a swing trade and it fails. You might as well hold it. You know someday or other, because it's a super fundamentally strong stock. Okay, swing trade then happen. I would want to see for another opportunity and then maybe take an average trade and get out of that stock. So first step number one is identify whether it's a good stock fundamentally or I'm just doing it for entertainment purpose. If it is only entertainment purpose, you must have your stop losses tight. Then only you'll be able to entertain yourself for a long time. Okay. But if you're an investor category, I know few people will do swing trades only in Nifty stocks. Because I'm okay if I take only one trade in 1 week, I'm fine with that. I don't want daily tension. But take many things are entertainment, I'm happy. Out of anyone, if I miss out 1 or 2, still I'm happy. Okay, I'm adding one more quantitative level. So that can also be one strategy. Correct? Right. Very good. Nice examples. Okay. Anyone else? Yes. Only cab. Yes, please. So he's asking again a good question that why is the wick of these stocks? I'll just. If you see here, big wicks you can see here. So typically now, if you are talking about small caps, generally there will be a lot of volatility involved here. Okay, the moment there is volatility, it will go down and come up and go down, and that is the reason why you see long wicks. Is it a good thing? I should not be saying this in the recording, but I believe that there are chances that it is being manipulated. Okay, manipulating a stock like Reliance is not that easy, but manipulating a small cap stock, let us say whose free float is barely what 20% or 25%, let us say, which is available with other people. Baki is with the promoters only. So then it is possible. Okay. Yes. Oh, where volatility is high, let us see Bollinger Bands. What was that middle Bollinger Band? Standard deviation. Okay, so we'll try and see how the Bollinger Band is working here. Who can tell you what has happened? Is it like a Bollinger Band squeeze also? So here, first, but if I said that to qualify as a squeeze, 1 month, correct? So from what date to what date? From 7th April roughly? About to break, about to blast. Sun Infra. Okay, so here if you see this surely has to be on your radar, no doubt about that. Everyone has a moment, you at least have to put a book trade in this. Compulsory. It's okay even if you don't put your money. In fact, because it's a small cap, be careful. Okay, but at least do a book trade. See, 4 confirmations we have. Which 4 confirmations we have? 1 other time about 60. 2 MACD crossover has happened. 3 Bollinger Band squeeze breakout. And 4th, volumes. Very high volume. It's actually sitting very nicely in our setup. Earnings I don't see E tab here because if you see, remember this E? This is earning, but this was like last quarter earning maybe. Your E is not yet here and there. There could be some news also, we never know. It's not only because of money. Otherwise, as I told you, if it was based only on earnings, then charts would have moved only once in every quarter. Potential in here. Right? Kya baat hai? Nice. Summit Infra. And which was the first one? Silgo. We'll see for MACD also. Sorry, Bollinger. Bollinger we don't have a squeeze and breakout. No, it's sort of checking this as well. Okay. Even the volumes are not that good, see? So also do a book trade on Silgo. Book trade means you have to write down. You know how to write down. So first you write down the name of the script. Then you write down which conditions are satisfied. We'll draw a formula. Okay, so what do you write here for example? What was the stock? Not Silgo. San वाला ना? Sunmit रहेगा तो? Sunmit Infra. From San Infra it has become Sunmit Infra. Sunmit Infra. चलो फटाफट. First reason for buying is RSI greater than 60. Second, MACD bullish. Which crossover? Bullish crossover. Correct? Third one, volume. You have not put a 9-day EMA on that. Shall you quickly put a 9-day EMA also? Indicator EMA. How do I do that now? I will just put up EMA from the indicators now. Settings. Length is 9. Sources. Volume. Remember this? Yes, volume and then okay. So here, if you see, this was the volume. Has it clearly gone above the 9-day volume? Yes. So volume is greater than 9 DEMA. What is DEMA? 9 days exponential moving average. Correct? No? For the last 9 days, whatever was average, today's average is more than that. Simple. Correct. And the fourth one is Bollinger Band, squeeze and breakout.
आज उसको आपने जल्दी भेजिए ना, उसको जल्दी भेजिए ना, 8 बजे भी.
Okay. Now, once you have done this, if you want to check what could be my next target, I have to try and figure out what could be the target. Fibonacci. The possibility number one is Fibonacci, but to again, it's a continuous upward moving monitor. Or instead of that, I can just put up pivot. Simple. Okay. Now, the only concern is that it has here the target seems to be a bit tricky. Because if you remember, I said that if it is giving a breakout at pivot, then I have a breathing space till R2. Are you getting my point? Yesterday we discussed this. If there is a breakout at pivot, R1 is first, resistance 1. But if it's a strong volume, R1 will be taken out immediately. Because going out with full volume. So R2 can be easily reached. Here what is the problem? It has broken out way above pivot. It has broken up at R1 and it has seen a resistance at R2. So here what can be the problem is the risk reward ratio. My risk is a little bit higher, my reward is a little bit lower. For such cases, again, do take paper trades, but taking an active trade can be a little bit risky. Or set this in your mind. Just as an example, what is the price of the stock? 417. Okay, now I say 417. Even if I have 100 rupees loss, I'm okay with that. Okay, are you with me? You're saying that I want to try out something. Even if I have 100 rupees loss, I'm okay with that. Right? So assume you are taking one quantity. For one quantity, if I'm okay with 100 rupees loss, now this is mathematics. What will be my stop loss at? 2.5%. एवढं मॅथ्स कसं यायचं आपल्याला का नाही चुकलं का बरोबर आहे ना 2.5% ना बरोबर आहे करेक्ट ना सो राउंड अप टू 400 नाही कळलं मॅडमला कळलं चेहऱ्यावरच कळलं मला ते ओके एनीवेज सी 417 रुपीज स्टॉक आहे व्हाट इज 1% ऑफ 417 4 रुपीज 2 एसएमएस आहे ना 4 रुपीज 2% is 8 rupees करेक्ट सो अजून टेकिंग 8 rupees instead of that I said take 2.5 so 10 rupees and then you can take 10 quantity घेतलं का 10 quantity you can take correct and you're okay with how much loss 100 rupees loss I'm not saying 100 rupees loss for one share that will take 25% of the value for those who are one share okay I said I'm fine with 100 okay so then I said I'm fine with 2.5% downside from here so what did my stop loss tell me 2.5% means 10 rupees below so 407 now let us see 407 is which level oh this is the R1 level only this is the R1 level possibility number 1 possibility number 2 I tell you what people do the breakout candle can open this okay, that's where the body has started that you can keep as the stop loss because the breakout candle opened there and from there it has gone up that can be like a benchmark point are you with me then you can say okay if it closes below that then I'm looking at stop loss till then I will be happy remaining in the trade okay possibility number 1 possibility number 2 if you see here the wick is like very high for this till here had the wick been just a little bit small wick on the lower side some traders say I'll keep stop loss at the lower wick of the breakout candle is this okay wick can be at the sorry stop loss can be at the wick lower end ka wick is this okay so what shall we keep 400 that's she is saying 400 is also mental support for any stock round figures are always mental supports I'm not okay it's true even from 50 level 16,000 level 17,000 level all these round figures are always mental supports okay so if I want to take this as my lower point this is see this coming to what see this everyone tell me 398.7 no so can I very well keep that possible but though in that case I'm taking more than 2.5% then I'll have to calculate how much percentage I'm ready to take so this is already roughly 4% correct this is roughly 4% on one share correct or not yes in that case I should expect at least 8% profit what is 8% 5% because we said that the risk to reward ratio if I'm taking one risk I should get at least 2 rupees reward then only I'll be happy right huh? Yes so if this be the scenario then what will be the case tell me my target price will be 8% from here and 8% will come to 32 number na 17 27 37 47 almost 450 and where is 450 roughly tell me R3 see it's coming to that level only correct so this is how we set stop loss and targets you have to write this down on the piece of paper and you have to follow that otherwise what happens you always get out of this very reasonable it's okay I will do stop loss don't panic and very important stop loss not intraday stop loss on closing basis very important because we are working professionals how am I to keep on checking what is the price I should be focusing on my work not on this trade of 100 rupees stop loss I learn much more in my office rather than this take this for fun if you are a full-time trader then you can be focused here only then you can do much more interesting trades correct but because we are working professionals what are we going to do stop loss on what basis tell me on a closing basis what do I mean by closing basis assume intraday it goes below 400 am I going to panic and book my loss no the candle has to close below 400 then I will book my loss okay one last time what do I mean by stop loss on closing basis assume this is my 400 rupees okay next day is at 395, then you're going to book your loss and still be happy because you lost a little bit of money. You still have a lot of money to play. Why am I saying a risk reward of 2:1? Simple, na? So for example, if I'm losing 40 rupees in one trade, okay, 40 is my basically risk. What is my reward? Tell me. Reward is 80. Everyone tell me, with me? I'm saying that my winning percentage, if I take 3 trades, again please, if I take 3 trades, I lose 2 and I win only 1. Good or bad? Bad, you feel it is bad, but it's not bad actually. Now if you see what is happening, net position, you're losing 2. How much risk are you taking? 40 ka one trade ka risk is 40. You're losing 2 trades, so your loss is 80. You're winning 1 trade, 80. Still you're at break even. Even if you're out of 3, you're losing 2. Still you're at no profit, no loss. That is why deciding your risk reward ratio and sticking to it is important. Is this okay? Have you understood this? This basic maths I'm talking about. Nothing fancy. Maths option होगा? नहीं ना? Okay ना? मास से मास Right. So what are you going to write here? Tell me, everyone now. With whatever you have understood, we are going to write what is my target price, and we are going to write what is my stop loss. If I have not filled these last 2 columns, I am not going to enter into a trade. Simple. No need to use fancy software, no? You can write this also. Right? So tell me, what is your target price? So first we have determined stop loss. First you have to say how much I'm ready to lose. Based on that I'm going to determine first I'll determine my stop loss. Based on that I'm going to decide my reward. Target price. Okay. So for that, what did I say? How did I define my target? My stop loss? It is the lower end of the body of the breakout candle. So lower end of the body. In our example, what was it? Open price, na? Our example, open price. And that is coming to what? Tell me. 398 something, na? 398 or 399. 398 point something. Shall we move on? So how much loss I am ready to take in rupee terms? Per share rupee terms, how much? So 470 if you are taking the entry point. Then how many rupees? Almost 19, correct? So rupees, sorry. Almost 5% was that? हमने अभी 4% कैसे निकाला था? My calculation was wrong. 468. 4 point something like that. Okay. So 398 is somewhere around 19 rupees per share. And I want at least double of that. Okay. So my target price is what plus 38? 417 plus 2 into 19 for your understanding. From where did 38 come from? Because risk reward ratio has to be close to 1. So tell me it is 417 plus 38. It comes to what? 455. Okay. But now let's be realistic. Is there a chance that it might stop just before 455? Yes, why? R3 is at 447. So you can say, okay, this trade a little bit lower risk reward ratio, maybe somewhere around 1.7. I might get 1.7, 1.8. So R3 is at 447. So we may close up the trade at 447 also. Maybe 1 or 2 points below that also you can say. So instead of 447, so we can also say, so approximately, let us say 445. So in simple words, you can see from 445 to 455, somewhere between I'm going to put it. Is this okay? Correct. How do we come to 2.5? So basically what we did was, my stop, see, so for that we need to know how do I decide my stop loss. Oh yes, good reminded. So his question was, here he said we have decided stop loss is 2.5%. From where did I get 2.5%? So that was just an ad hoc that I had taken in the previous example. Instead of ad hoc 2.5%, I can say, let's be more systematic, and I can say lower end of the breakout candle. Is this okay? Some people have multiple ways to put a stop loss. If I'm talking about chart patterns which we are going to study today, they have much more systematic stop loss and targets. For indicators, there are no stop losses and targets. We have to define it for ourselves. Basically, it's a risk-taking appetite. If you're okay, so in one trade maximum 2% I'm ready to lose, thank you. Take 2%. See, 1% is very less. 1% will be just, so you'll be eating a stop loss every trade in that case. If you take a 5% stop loss, you might be eating up into your capital very fast. That is why I said 1 is 2 less 5 is too high. Somewhere in between, that is why ad hoc is 2.5. That is how you can put a stop loss. Simple way. Correct. So what she's asking, so what was step number 1? Where, if I'm talking about MACD or RSI, because these indicators by themselves, the theory, those who found these MACD or RSI, they have not defined how to calculate target price and how to define stop losses for these indicators. So we have to do that for ourselves. So what could be step number 1? Add up 2.5% stop loss, add up 5% target price, and then adjust according to the limit. Correct? So that is point number 1. And point number 2 is what? Instead of stop loss, add up 2.5, I said I'll take the lower end of the breakout candle. And then target I'll define as per bullet. Today you are understanding the importance of bullet points. Correct? And at the end, last, you have to write down, was it a success or was it a failure? And why do you feel what went wrong? If you do this for 40 to 50 days, I'm sure you'll be super well off. Okay? Have you written the format? Everyone? And second thing, if you want to write down, it's there in our notes also, how to set a stop loss. If someone can tell me where it is exactly in the notes, coffee niche over there. Where only will write this down? Okay. So by the way, in our app, yesterday we have uploaded these full notes also, which contains all these charts. Some charts are not in the printed notes, because otherwise it would have been like it's 200 plus something pages. So I've uploaded it in the app, everyone can check it out. Yes. This is how to trail stop loss. Trail means once you are in profit. Once you are in profit. Now what does that mean? You already hit the target price. But some people are still like, they want more. And they want to enjoy the ride. Then in that case, how could you trail your stop losses? How can you keep the stop losses going? Is what this discussion is all about. But there itself, you can write down how to define a stop loss. This is trailing stop loss. Trailing means not adjusting it according to the price. Everyone just pay attention. See, assume that I take a trade at 100. Everyone pay attention. I take a trade at 100 and I put a stop loss at 98. With me, it hit 105. Has the target been reached? But still, RSI is above 60. I saw a bullish engulfing candle. And you're like, I don't want to quit. Why you can see that there is further upside. Still, are you going to keep your stop loss at 98? This will be maddening, right? Otherwise, you'll say like, wow, 120, 140, lower circuit, lower circuit, lower circuit, lower circuit, 98. No point. Okay? So in such a case, what do you do? Once your target is hit, then you have to adjust the stop loss accordingly. And this is what we call as a trailing stop loss. Okay? If your price is going higher, take your stop losses higher. So you may not be able to sell at the highest point, but at least you get to enjoy that further upside and sell after it comes down by some whatever 1%, 2% what. That's how this trailing stop loss works. But before understanding trailing stop loss, we'll first write down the point that we discussed, how to define a stop loss where the chart patterns don't tell us. Today we're going to learn certain chart patterns like head and shoulders, double top, double bottom, flag, pennant, all these today. So, how to define a stop loss? One we said it could be ad hoc. One could be ad hoc. How ad hoc? How much ad hoc? Ad hoc means baseless, just a number. 2 to 2.5%. Volatile. And very important, intraday basis or closing basis. Everything I'm talking about is closing basis. Huh? So, 2.5% closing basis. You don't get this? Okay. See, assume, everyone please pay attention. Assume that pivot can you see here? Pivot is at 382. And I said, okay, this is the breakout candle. Correct? And I said, okay, I'm going to take a trade here and my stop loss is going to be the pivot point. Are you with me? So I took a trade here, somewhere around here. Correct? And I said my stop loss is going to be at the pivot point. Okay, till here. Now let's understand what happened on this day. This day is 4th May. During the day what happened? It opened here. Where my cursor is opened here. Went down, 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 down to 328. Fantastic. And now look at the volatility also. So much volume and so much volatility. But here this is a classic fighting example. Bulls and bears are fighting for the driver's seat. Okay. Are you going to book a stop loss in the assume it is 1 in the afternoon? Okay, during your lunch break, you saw that oh my god, stock is around 357, it has gone below the pivot. Are you going to book the loss? 1 p.m. You're eating your lunch, you have gone below that pivot. You want to do that? Why? This candle is not yet formed. When will it be completed? At 3:30. At 3:30, if it is below pivot, maybe at 3:29 also if you feel I'm going to square up, you can square off. 3:29, 3:30, hardly does not make a difference. Got it? So intraday it can fall and come back. I want to close, I don't want it to close below my stop loss, but just to tell you an example of stop loss, it has to close below the pivot on a closing basis. So I want you to tell me whether my stop loss is hit here. Yes or no? No, here. No, here. No, here. No, here. Yes. Okay. But still I have not had a very bad loss. I might have this confirmation letters I got when I enter here. And I just booked a loss here. Hardly 10, 15 rupees loss. But still I'm fine. I'm ready to take the next trade. That is stop loss on a closing basis. Very clear? I think many of you might have this question. Now absolutely clear? Yes? So trigger means it's difficult for you to put in the system. Now let's understand practically also. I'm in a meeting and boss says, okay, we are discussing something very important. Shh, it's 3:28, don't disturb. At 3:30 my candle is going to close. I have to book my profit. Can you say that? No. So unfortunately or fortunately, whatever, you might not be able to take a position at, or you might not be able to square up at 3:30. Anyways, you're going to get to know about that after your office hours when you go back home. You want to trigger. Okay. Right? So what you want to do next day morning, you have to close off. So you might have to bear an additional whatever gap up. That's a risk. That's a risk. Or else you have to tell the boss. Or if you want, I'm not sure if you can put a stop loss in the system at closing basis. That is not possible if I'm not mistaken. You can enter a stop loss, but that stop loss will get triggered as soon as it hits. Unfortunately, we don't have that system. I will ask the other people. If they can build something like this, it will be so helpful. If my stop loss hits this after 3:25, something like that in those last 5 minutes, something like that maybe. Let's see. But that's a part and parcel of the game, right? So hardly, see, it will not be a gap up of 5%, 10%. Generally, it will be for normal scenarios, it will be a 1 or 2% gap up. That you will have to bear the part. Is this okay? But I think many points clear out. Yes. So one ad hoc 2.5% closing basis. Or second, what did we say for breakout patterns? So we said MACD, RSI, all these will have a breakout somewhere. Correct? So at the breakout, the low of the body. And if the wick is not very large, if wick is also small, could it also be low of the wick? So or low of the wick if wick is not very large. Fine? Yes. So now how to trail your stop losses quickly? I tell that also anyways we are on stop loss next 2 to 3 minutes should be done with this. Assume I enter at 100, we are already at 105 and you are still seeing a very strong bullish momentum. I don't want to close up the position. No. It goes to 107, 108, now you are getting a little bit scared. Oh my god. I've gotten so much profit, but if I lose it, then what? Then how do you trail your stop losses? For that, I have given you 4 options. These are the 4 options. Choose whatever you want, whatever suits you. Different people will have different strategies for trailing the stop loss. Is this okay? What can be the simplest trailing stop loss? Generally what I do is the first one. And what is the first one? Keep the stop loss below the previous day's low. Previous day's low, that's what we have done here, right? Low of the wick. But instead of breakout candle, what are we saying? Because breakout is way back. Instead of breakout, we are saying previous day's low. Wick color. If you feel that it's just touching a little bit, maybe, and you don't want to, because you're already in profit, right? So you can also go like 1 or 2% below the previous day wick. kind stop loss is it? And then it goes up, and it's very painful. Okay, so you can keep the buffer minus 2%. So just as an example here, assume you have taken a trade here at this low point. Just as an example, and today we are here. Tell me what is my stop loss? Oh, no, wait. Sorry. Assume I taken a trade here. Wow, 297. And I'm enjoying the journey. My stop losses have not yet been hit, and right now I feel okay. What to do? What will be my stop loss? Please tell me. Previous day candle ka low. This is 361, 361 whatever. If I was here, what is my stop loss? Tell me. Previous candle ka low 353. If minus 2%. See, now you'll see otherwise it will get triggered pretty often, and of course on closing basis. So just to close below that, not intraday within that. Very clear. Stop loss was the only part which I had not taken so much in depth in TA 1.0. And many feedbacks that I received that man, stop loss, we don't understand where to place it. For patterns it is easy, it is defined, but for normal trades it is difficult for us. So I thought of keeping a separate time for stop losses. I think it should be useful for you all as well, right? So one possibility is previous day low, minus 2%. Some people do it ad hoc, use it 2 back-to-back candles get out of it. This is super ad hoc, okay? Are we going to do both, or is this either or? It's either or. I'm giving you 4 options. Choose whatever you want. This is my preferred. Okay, possibility number 2. Possibility number 3, this is again ad hoc. Keep stop loss at 3 to 4% below my current market price. Wherever I am, 3% below here, I'm done. I'm out. 4% below from here, I'm out. But this is trailing stop loss. What does it mean? You're already at 10% profit. You're already at 15% profit. And I'm saying, okay, I'm at 15% profit. If it goes down to 12%, from 15% I've come down to 12%. I'm going to book. Am I booking my loss or am I booking my profit only? Profit. But I'm happy that I've at least pocketed 12%. Are you getting me? Yes. And the last one, can we keep the stop loss below, stop loss 2% below the super trend? Maybe just taking the notes. It is super trend. 2% below the super trend. Now what is the super trend we have not discussed, right? That's what we're going to discuss right now. I think homework led us to something very important. But I think homework was something which was like a summary of entire what was discussed yesterday. Right? So shall we go to the last 1 or 2 pending indicators, which were now, because we have taken a lot of questions. Correct. Now intraday, it has to close below that. So those who are watching online, nothing happened. She just reconfirmed how to drill the stop loss. Nothing else. Okay. Can you go on? Right?
अच्छा बजट चल रहा था